Saudi Arabia is one of the wealthiest and most influential countries in the modern world, occupying a special place in the global political and economic arena. Its wealth is largely due to vast oil reserves concentrated within its borders, making it a major player in the global energy market. These rich oil deposits not only ensure economic growth and stability, but also transform the country into a key hub of the energy industry, influencing prices and resource supplies worldwide. The uniqueness of Saudi Arabia is also reflected in its demographic composition. Approximately 3 foreigners for every local resident, creating an extraordinary and vibrant cultural diversity where traditional Arab customs intertwine with modern global trends, often difficult to find elsewhere. This multifaceted mixture of cultures and peoples makes the country truly special, giving it a distinctive character and opening new horizons for international contacts and exchange of experience. An interesting fact is that Saudi Arabia was the first country in the world to grant citizenship to an artificial intelligence, a robot named Sophia, which caused a sensation in the tech world and sparked lively discussions about the boundaries of possibilities in artificial intelligence and human rights. The country is also home to one of the most famous and respected footballers in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, which demonstrates its openness to the world and its desire to develop sports and culture. These facts confirm that Saudi Arabia is actively moving forward, implementing innovations and expanding the boundaries of what is possible. Nevertheless, despite all achievements and modern trends, the country retains its traditional features and strict moral rules, especially concerning women, for whom certain restrictions exist, as well as in legislation regulating the behavior and daily life of tourists, which may seem unusual or even harsh to foreigners. Behind the impressive skyscrapers and ultra-modern architectural projects lie rich histories and traditions, as well as remarkable natural and cultural features that make Saudi Arabia truly unique and mysterious. In this documentary, we will attempt to reveal all facets of modern Saudi Arabia to help you form a more complete and profound understanding of its life, culture, and characteristics. Get ready for an exciting journey that begins right now and will open before you many amazing facts and impressions. Located in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, Saudi Arabia occupies a strategically important position on the world map. Its borders touch 8 neighboring countries, and its coastline along the Red Sea and Persian Gulf stretches approximately 1,100 miles, providing the country with access to vital maritime routes and strategic advantages in trade and security. Part 2 of 11. It is the largest country in the Middle East by area, about 830,000 square miles, which translates to approximately 2.15 million square kilometers. To better understand the scale, this is roughly equivalent to the combined territories of France, Germany, Italy, and Spain, and it exceeds the area of Texas in the United States by 2 times. Surprisingly, the vast majority of this enormous territory, about 95%, is covered by endless deserts, which give the country its distinctive and recognizable appearance, imparting a sense of mystery and austerity. In terms of size, Saudi Arabia ranks second among Arab countries, only after Algeria, highlighting its significance and scale in the region. Another unique feature is the absence of large rivers and lakes within its territory. The entire natural hydrological system is virtually non-existent, making countries with such characteristics particularly interesting to scientists and geographers. In cities where luxury and modernity reign, endless streams of sports cars smoothly gliding along perfectly paved roads create an image of a dynamic and thriving nation. Saudi Arabia is a country that impresses with its rich and diverse cultural and social fabric, as its population is a broad and vibrant mix of various peoples and traditions. About 40% of the country's residents are foreigners who have come from different parts of the world, such as India, Pakistan, Egypt, the Philippines, and many other nations. This fact makes Saudi Arabia a true ethnical and cultural kaleidoscope, where on the streets one can observe an astonishing scene of intertwined national characteristics and modern trends. Walking along the city streets, one can see men in traditional white garments, so-called thobes, which are easily recognizable and symbolize the region's rich historical tradition. At the same time, among women, There are those dressed in strict black abayas that conceal the face and figure, as well as young people who prefer Western fashion styles, jeans, t-shirts, stylish jackets, and even high-heeled shoes. Sometimes, on the streets, you can notice young people holding cups of Starbucks coffee, which vividly demonstrates the penetration of Western culture and the influence of global brands. This remarkable and harmonious combination of ancient traditions and the latest trends of the modern era creates a unique, lively image of the country. Despite Arabic being the official and widely spoken language in major cities like Riyadh and Jeddah, it is easy and convenient to order drinks such as a latte in English. This is a testament to the country's aspiration to integrate into the global world and engage in open dialogue with the international community. Saudi Arabia is actively developing and becoming part of global processes. The younger generation, raised on Western music, prefers listening to popular international hits, wears clothing from well-known global brands, and actively engages in launching startups in the fields of technology and entertainment. This generation is shaping the country's new face, setting trends and creating a future that will soon become its tradition. An important and quite unusual fact highlighting the country's technological progress is that Saudi Arabia became the first country in the world to grant citizenship to a robot. In 2017, Sophia appeared in the country, a humanoid robot developed by Hanson Robotics, which was granted the status of a citizen. This act received widespread attention and became a topic of discussion worldwide. Sophia is not just a mechanical figure or a complex machine. She is a being capable of holding conversations, expressing emotions, and giving interviews on television. Her expressive eyes, facial expressions, and carefully crafted responses have made her a symbol of innovation in artificial intelligence. Sophia not only demonstrates the achievements of modern robotics, but also serves as an ambassador for the idea of harmonious coexistence between humans and machines in the future. She has spoken at the United Nations, sharing her vision of a future where artificial intelligence and humanity can coexist in harmony, collaborating for the common good. This bold step taken by Saudi Arabia shows that the country aims to take a leading position in technology and innovation, declaring itself as a nation unafraid to embrace the future. Regarding women today in Saudi Arabia, they are symbols of change, beauty, and freedom, actively being realized in everyday life. Walking along the bustling streets of Riyadh or Jeddah, one can observe groups of women in elegant and stylish clothing, passing by modern boutiques and shopping centers. Many prefer classic black abayas that emphasize their dignity and traditional modesty, while combining them with fashionable accessories and contemporary wardrobe details. Others choose gentle pastel shades and trendy styles, demonstrating that fashion and tradition can coexist and complement each other. In this rapidly developing society, women actively participate in public life, socialize in stylish cafes, and enjoy the city life. Despite the fact that in the distant past women faced many strict restrictions and prohibitions, today the situation has changed dramatically. Modern women confidently and gradually explore new horizons, expanding their rights and opportunities in various spheres of life. Over the years, progress has become evident. If in the 20th century women were almost prohibited from driving, by the 21st century they were allowed to sit behind the wheel, marking a significant step forward. In 2017, they gained the right to drive their own cars, which opened up new opportunities and gave them greater independence. The following year, in 2018, they were allowed to attend sports and entertainment events that were previously inaccessible to women. This became an important sign of changing social attitudes and traditions. A significant breakthrough occurred in 2019 when women were officially permitted to obtain foreign passports, meaning they could travel abroad freely without needing the consent of a male guardian. This event became a symbol of progressive change and a testament to the increasing personal freedoms and rights granted to women. By this time at the latest, they were also allowed to serve in the armed forces, marking an important step in the modernization process and rethinking the role of women in the state. Today, more and more women from Saudi Arabia openly communicate with foreigners, expanding their horizons and participating in international contacts. They work in international companies, attend yoga classes, and actively join global professional communities. All of this contributes to creating an environment of cultural exchange, mutual understanding, and development. Although traditional values such as modesty and respect for cultural norms still persist in society, marriages between Saudi women and foreigners are becoming increasingly common. However, marrying a Saudi woman is not an easy task, as it requires official approval from government authorities. If you wish to unite your fate with a woman from this country, it is very important to show respect for her family, traditions, and cultural peculiarities. At the same time, rules for Saudi men are more strict. They are prohibited from marrying women from 4 specific countries due to political, cultural, or religious reasons. Want to know which countries and why? Then comment with the number 4, and we will reveal all the secrets. The phrase 8 words were number 4 hides important facts. Over 10 million foreign nationals and expatriates live in Saudi Arabia. When it comes to the number of foreigners in this country, it is astonishing to realize that their number exceeds 10 million, making up about 1/3 of the total population. Most of the newcomers come from countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, India, the Philippines, Pakistan, and others, to work in various sectors of the economy, including oil and gas, healthcare, education, and business. In major cities like Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dammam, special residential areas have been created specifically for foreigners. In these areas, there are Western-style restaurants, supermarkets, schools, and other infrastructure typical of Western countries. Many are first surprised when they see prestigious residential complexes designed as oases for expatriates. In such places, women can wear jeans, t-shirts, and even swimsuits by the pool without fearing to violate traditional norms. These residential complexes offer European cuisine, non-alcoholic bars, modern gyms, and interest clubs, creating a lifestyle that is significantly different from the rest of the country. Want to connect with the local foreign community? Then leave a 7 in the comments and specify your country, and we will help you find interesting acquaintances and new contacts. Finally, the 5th important aspect is the flow of tourists and pilgrims. Annually, housing rental in Saudi Arabia is significantly more affordable compared to Western standards, making this aspect of life especially attractive for those considering moving or staying temporarily in the country. For example, the cost of renting a 1-bedroom apartment in the city center of a large city typically ranges from $300 to $500 per month, which is much lower than average prices in Western metropolises. Outside the business and administrative districts, in more residential neighborhoods, the price for similar housing fluctuates around $200 to $400. It is important to note that utilities, including electricity, water, air conditioning, and garbage collection, would cost approximately $100 per month. These expenses remain relatively moderate and allow maintaining a comfortable standard of living without excessive costs. High-speed internet is easily accessible here and costs about $60 per month, making communication with the world fast and convenient. As for food, expenses are also not burdensome. A lunch at a local restaurant, where traditional dishes are usually served, can cost as little as $5, making dining out very affordable. For those who prefer a more substantial 3-course dinner for 2, a mid-range restaurant would require about $25. Monthly food shopping expenses typically range from $150 to $200, depending on individual preferences and dietary habits. Transportation in the country is organized conveniently and at a reasonable price. A monthly public transport pass costs around $30, making daily travel quite accessible for most residents. Gasoline, in turn, is significantly cheaper than in the United States, costing about 90 cents per gallon. Additional expenses, such as gym memberships, amount to approximately $50 per month, which is also quite affordable. Part 6 of 11. Basic medical services, such as a dental checkup, cost between $30 and $50 per visit, allowing residents to receive necessary care without significant financial burden. Overall, the cost of living in this country is lower than in the largest cities of the United States, by approximately 30 to 40%. This provides an opportunity to enjoy comfort and modern amenities without overpaying, making life here especially attractive for those who value quality and savings simultaneously. If you are considering moving to Saudi Arabia, it is important to take all these factors into account, as they make the country particularly appealing to those seeking an affordable and comfortable place to live. Of course, every decision is accompanied by its own perspective and circumstances, so it is essential to weigh all the pros and cons before making a final choice. Now, if you want to express your opinion about the possibility of moving to Saudi Arabia, you can think about what resonates more with you, desire or reluctance, and leave a 1 or 0 in the comments as a symbol of agreement or disagreement. This will help better understand the mood and interests of the audience. Let's move on to a description of the country's capital, the city of Riyadh, a place that cannot be called entirely modern nor fully traditional. It is a city filled with vivid contrasts, where new skyscrapers rise above ancient markets infused with the sense of spices and Eastern fragrances. Here, architectural ensembles blend modernity and tradition, creating a unique atmosphere that both impresses and surprises. In the city center, magnificent high-rise buildings and business districts stretch out, among which the famous tower stands out, reaching 99 floors and offering a stunning panoramic view of the entire Riyadh. At the same time, on the streets, you can find markets where vendors offer a variety of goods, from fabrics and jewelry to traditional dishes and souvenirs, creating the feeling of a genuine Eastern bazaar. The city is not overly hectic like New York or London, but it is also not immersed in complete silence and tranquility of the provinces. To truly immerse yourself in the rich and colorful culture of Saudi Arabia, it is essential to visit the lively Al Zal market. This market is famous for its vibrant kaleidoscope of traditional crafts, its atmosphere imbued with the spirit of national customs and rituals, and the opportunity to touch the true Saudi soul. Strolling through its narrow streets, you can see many artisans engaged in creating unique items, from exquisite jewelry to traditional ceramics and textiles, making this market a real meeting place for cultures and arts. Number 7. However, this is only the initial stage of exciting journeys through this mysterious country. Saudi Arabia offers travelers such a rich and diverse experience that it is practically impossible to cover everything in one visit. Each of its places holds its own unique stories and impressions, opening eyes to the multifaceted nature of this country. So the journey continues and new discoveries await you ahead. One of the most striking examples of natural beauty in resort areas is the city of Jeddah, located on the shores of the majestic Red Sea. This coastal city is famous for its picturesque beaches, mild climate, and luxurious resorts that attract visitors from all over the world. One of the most popular spots for relaxation here is Silver Sands Beach, with its pristine white sand that stretches along the shoreline like a soft carpet. The water in this area is clear and blue, making it ideal for sunbathing, swimming, and a variety of water sports, from surfing to scuba diving. Jeddah's waterfront is not just a place for walks and leisure, but a true cultural hub, hosting festivals, holiday events, and various cultural activities throughout the year, bringing together locals and tourists. Here you can enjoy live music, traditional dances, and national cuisine, which give this place a special atmosphere of joy and unity. If you wish to escape the noise and hustle, feel connected with nature, and enjoy tranquility, you should visit the Farsan Islands. The Farsan Al Kabir Island is especially popular. Its azure waters and secluded beaches create the sensation of being in a paradise corner. This island is a true hidden gem, immersed in crystal clear waters where you can relax completely, forgetting about city life. Silence and serenity reign here, and the surrounding nature helps you feel harmony and restore inner balance. Strolling along the coast, swimming in warm waters, and observing marine life allow you to experience the true beauty and richness of the natural landscapes of this region. For those interested in history and cultural heritage, a visit to the ancient city of Ed-Diriyah is a must. This city is renowned for its unique adobe architecture and paved streets that seem to transport travelers to a distant past. Wandering through its streets, one can imagine how our ancestors lived here, what crafts and traditions existed centuries ago. Ed-Diriyah is a kind of open-air museum where every street and building preserves traces of centuries-old history and rich cultural traditions. All of this makes Saudi Arabia a truly unique country that masterfully combines a rich heritage with modern achievements and stunning natural scenery. It is precisely this combination of cultural values and natural beauty that has allowed Saudi Arabia in recent years to confidently establish its place among the most attractive and interesting tourist destinations in the world. It amazes with its diversity, From ancient monuments to ultra-modern cities, from desert expanses to bustling shopping centers and festival venues, this is a country capable of surprising and inspiring every traveler with its unique atmosphere and endless opportunities for discovering new horizons. Number 8. Why is Saudi Arabia considered one of the wealthiest countries in the world? Since its emergence on the global football scene, its name has continuously attracted attention and admiration. The national team has included legendary players such as Karim Benzema, Neymar, Sadio Mane, and N'Golo Kante, which completely transformed the game and sparked a true revolution in the region's football culture. These stars, each talented and famous in their own right, came together to set new standards and ideas, marking a truly unique event in the history of the region. As a result, an era of change was born, affecting not only sports but also public perception, professionalism, and interest in the game. The union of such prominent personalities in one team is a rare and significant event, and its effects are still felt today, creating new benchmarks for young athletes and football fans. Turning to another topic, it is worth noting that the number 9, symbolizing the center of attack and often associated with top goal-scoring qualities, has become a kind of emblem of success for teams that use this number. In the context of Saudi Arabia, which holds a special place in the world due to its cultural and religious features, it is important to know the country as the birthplace of Islam and as the second largest Muslim population in the world. This country, with a population of over 1,900,000,000 people, is not only the center of religious shrines, but also a vibrant cultural and historical heritage. When discussing religion, it is impossible not to mention the two holiest cities, Mecca and Medina, which are located here. These cities attract millions of believers from around the world, impressing with their spiritual atmosphere and historical significance. Every year, millions of pilgrims from more than 180 countries travel here to perform one of the most important rites, the Hajj. This large-scale religious ritual is considered one of the largest in the world and requires a special approach and understanding of local rules. For travelers planning to visit these sacred sites, it is essential to familiarize themselves in advance with cultural customs and behavioral norms. In particular, photography of natural landscapes is permitted in Saudi Arabia, allowing visitors to capture the beauty of the surrounding nature and architectural monuments. However, it is strictly forbidden to photograph government buildings, military facilities, and royal palaces to avoid misunderstandings and trouble. If you wish to take pictures of local residents, you must ask for permission, especially from men, to show respect for their personal space and traditions. It is important to remember that pointing a camera at women is considered highly disrespectful and may provoke a negative reaction. It is also important to consider that in Saudi Arabia, it is not customary to display one's feelings in public. What is considered normal in Western countries, holding hands, hugging, or showing affection, is regarded as unacceptable in this country. Sometimes you may notice local men holding hands on the streets, but this is more a sign of friendship rather than a romantic gesture. If you are traveling with a spouse or partner, it is better to express your feelings only in private settings to avoid violating local norms and causing unnecessary misunderstandings. Despite strict cultural norms, Saudis are known for their extraordinary hospitality and warmth, which is quickly felt during interactions. They will greet you warmly in their homes, and you will sense genuine friendliness and a desire to share their hospitality. Another important aspect for travelers to keep in mind is the absence of alcohol in Saudi Arabia. Alcoholic beverages are not served on flights to this country, and upon arrival, it is almost impossible to purchase them in stores or restaurants. Instead, tourists are offered traditional Arabic tea, coffee with cardamom, and freshly squeezed juices. These drinks are not only delicious, but also an essential part of the hospitality culture, symbolizing warmth and care from the hosts. Consuming them helps to better understand local traditions and customs, and also makes the journey more enriching. Another event that is definitely worth seeing and experiencing is the Riyadh season, one of the most vibrant and large-scale festivals held in this region. During this period, the capital transforms into a grand and lush stage for various entertainment and cultural events that delight the eyes and hearts of every visitor. International concerts are held, featuring famous artists from around the world, along with gastronomic festivals where you can taste dishes from diverse cuisines, united in a bright palette of flavors and aromas. Spectacular light shows and fireworks brighten the night sky, creating stunning visuals and a festive atmosphere. During this time, themed parks and entertainment zones open, making visits to the city truly unforgettable for both adults and children. These festivals and events serve not only as entertainment, but also play a vital role in preserving and celebrating the country's cultural heritage, strengthening ties to traditions and history. Thanks to these celebrations, travelers have a unique opportunity to immerse themselves in a multifaceted and profound culture, intertwined with a rich history and the uniqueness of the people. All of this creates the feeling that you are becoming part of a vibrant, dynamic culture that combines ancient traditions with modern achievements. In such moments, the city turns into a vivid palette of colors, sounds, and scents, filling visitors' hearts with warmth and inspiration. This season is a true time when the country unveils its riches and hospitality, showcasing its uniqueness and originality to the world. Let's move on to one of the most delicious and vibrant aspects of travel: culinary discoveries awaiting you in Saudi Arabia. During your journey through this country, it is impossible to remain indifferent to its distinctive cuisine, which represents a rich world of flavors and aromas infused with Eastern spices and color. Every dish is not just food, but a whole story, culture, and tradition captured in every bite. One of the most popular and beloved dishes is jarish, a recipe that has been around for over 1,000 years. This dish is prepared from finely ground wheat, slowly stewed with pieces of meat, most often lamb or beef, along with onions, coriander, and a pinch of black pepper. The result is a thick, rich, nourishing, and very warming dish, perfect for cool days and evenings. The taste of this dish is complex and layered, transporting you to the atmosphere of ancient traditions and legends. If you want to truly experience the aroma and spirit of Saudi Arabia, be sure to try dishes such as suhi, a fragrant meat delicacy seasoned with region-specific spices, as well as lamb or beef dishes generously flavored with cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric, and raisins. These spices and dried fruits make each dish vibrant and intense, creating a unique flavor that stays in memory for a long time. Kuspa is a special national dish that can be called the soul of Saudi cuisine. It is bright, aromatic, rich, and very flavorful. Kuspa is served on special occasions, celebrations, and family holidays, but also holds an important place in everyday life. The country is renowned not only for its meat dishes, but also for seafood, especially in coastal regions. Popular dishes include samak makli, fresh grilled fish, and shorba samak, a fragrant fish soup made from fresh fish with turmeric, garlic, onions, and coriander, which give the dish a special richness and piquancy. For those with a sweet tooth, Saudi Arabia offers favorites like kunafa and umali, traditional desserts made from thin dough, nuts, and sweet syrup. These desserts are distinguished by their rich taste and textures, perfectly complementing any meal. For those considering long-term residence or retirement in Saudi Arabia, it is crucial to pay attention to a special program called the Premium Residency Program. This initiative provides foreign nationals with a unique opportunity not only to stay in the country for an extended period, or even permanently, but also to enjoy a range of significant benefits previously unavailable to foreign visitors. Among these advantages are property ownership rights, the ability to open your own business, and simplified conditions for travel within the country and abroad. This program offers several levels, each tailored to different categories of applicants based on their qualifications, financial capabilities, and goals. In particular, the program warmly welcomes qualified specialists, professionals, entrepreneurs, investors, as well as those seeking a peaceful, steady life in the country after retirement. It is important to note that candidates must meet certain criteria, including possessing sufficient financial resources documented by appropriate evidence, as well as having skills or experience that can contribute to the development of Saudi Arabia's economy or social sphere. The application process for this type of residency involves preparing and submitting the necessary documents, confirming personal data, financial status, and professional qualifications. Additionally, each applicant undergoes a vetting procedure, to assess reliability and compliance with established safety and legal requirements. Upon successful approval of the application, new residents gain access to numerous privileges that essentially align with the rights of citizens. An exception to this is political activity and the obligation to serve in the military, which are not part of their rights or responsibilities. For those interested in obtaining the most current and accurate information about the program, it is recommended to consult official Saudi government resources or contact the nearest diplomatic missions, embassies, or consulates of the country. There you can receive comprehensive explanations, current conditions, and instructions for submitting documents. Now, with this knowledge, you can better understand what life in Saudi Arabia might be like for those considering long-term residence or retirement relocation. I hope this information has been helpful and interesting for you. If you enjoyed this article or video, remember that such materials help broaden your horizons and understand new opportunities. In the future, be sure to pay attention to additional resources and stay updated to keep abreast of all news and changes.